Alright, hello everyone. We are back here for another strategy guide here for hole number 1 of the expert tournament for the Earth Day. And just setting up my bag here, looking things over. The biggest thing that I want to point out for this hole is just making sure you're going with a driver with some length and some curl. I do not know what the wind is going to be like. I'm thinking Berserker if it's downwind, and I'm thinking Kingmaker if it's not. So let me just set up. Hopefully it's downwind. I played Master already, so I know Master isn't downwind. So keeping that tip in mind, maybe at least one of these are going to point it downwind. I can assume, I feel that especially for pro, they are probably definitely going to point it downwind, or at least side downwind or something, just to kind of make this hole a little bit more fair for everybody, as opposed to picking favorites for guys with great drivers. If you kind of give guys downwind, they can make sure that they can get at the 3-wood range, whereas it can be a little bit more challenging, especially in pro if you're working up little clubs. But here in Expert, we're going to hope that they give us something that can be a little bit more fun. Get it down to at least short iron range would be ideal. And there you have it. It is pointed down towards the hole. Pretty sure a nice Earth Day ball would be nice for this hole. Because Berserker, I'm looking at this and I can already tell I'm not going to need it. It's going to be a bit too much. I'm a little hesitant to hit a Titan because I don't think it's quite enough. Let me pull out a football, which is going to be more or less kind of a glorified snow. Snow's just going to make it even easier. What I'm going to try to do here is more of a just a curl shot here, as opposed to so there you see I'm just going side curl, as opposed to, and here it is landing on the fairway. And you saw I did take off some of the topspin. You can see, I remember from last tournament that you can get a little carried away, get it going a little bit too far. So being able to put side spin can really help the ball cut around the corner a little bit more. And like I said, if you are to pick up the new globes, they are going to be crucial for this hole. Much better than the football I just used. And a Berserker is a bit too much. That's why I didn't put it on. Took off a football. Earth Day ball is going to make this hole a breeze. So I would go at it with a very similar shot to what I just did. I just used curl. You can use a hook method. You just have to be a little mindful that the hook shot isn't going to be very consistent, whereas the shot I just did is. So that's the reason that I kind of only revert to doing a slice shot when absolutely necessary. So if I can hit the shot that I just hit, it's going to be a little bit more accurate, and it's going to consistently do the same thing every time. Whereas, I'm sure you've seen from time to time, you're like, what did I just do? And you feel like you just played the exact same shot, and it goes nowhere near where it was supposed to. So that's one of the reasons that you'll see me just kind of go a little bit less with the curl. And let's see if we can't pop this in. You can see I'm right at min club here, which is about 3 per ring with a claw. So here you're going to see me play. I am going to play just a little bit of an overplay. Just going to be more towards, at least 3.5. At least 3.5, because it is a little bit, just a bit too much. It looks like I should have just cranked up the backspin more. I bet you that was in. That was the proper adjustment. I just needed just a hair more backspin. I could see that it was into the wind. Usually I play a little bit more, but I could see that it was into the wind. And, I didn't see a lot of ball trail, kind of deflecting long and It did look a little bit glitchy looking at my spin. I should have, in hindsight, I kind of wish that I did go a little bit more with my backspin, just because I did see that. If you watch my replay, there was a spot where you could see the ball trail was rolling along the green, and it looks like when I actually hit the shot, that's what actually ended up happening with my shot, is it actually followed that line where the third hop just took off running way past the hole. So, you know, that's kind of what I suggest for that hole, is that you go at it with, you know, keep in mind that especially when you have, you know, a little bit of a side wind, that it might overplay just a little bit. So always keep that tip in mind. But you know, that earth ball can be a really great ball, specifically for that hole. I think it's going to be the ball of choice. Of course, you know, snowman could be the same thing, but I'm assuming that you might not have many snowman. But that's what I would highly recommend, is using a 4-power ball with kind of medium wind resistance, and just kind of laying it up short of that bunker to the left of it, kind of like I did. And if you can utilize a nice side spin ball, you can avoid having to do the hook shot, which can be inconsistent and can, you know, one time put you in the rough, the other time put you in the center of the fairway. So, like I said, you know, that's the biggest reason that I'll try to stay out of that shot unless absolutely necessary. So, good luck with that hole, and I'll see you guys setting up for hole 2 momentarily.